5. Now read the passage about marine organisms known as phytoplankton. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture on ocean plants in a marine biology class.
Okay, I'd like to discuss an interesting study being done on phytoplankton. I think we all know that phytoplankton is an important nutrient in the ocean's food chain, as well as understand its importance in producing oxygen. This study, the study I want to present, was based on the observation that in some areas of the ocean, there's plenty of sunlight and nitrogen compounds for a successful photosynthesis. However, there's only a small amount of phytoplankton. So an analysis was done on the water, and this analysis indicated a lack of iron. We know that iron is a trace mineral that even humans need. It was hypothesized that phytoplankton also need iron. I won't go into full detail, but a small section of one area in the ocean was seeded with iron sulfate. The resulting increase of phytoplankton provided convincing evidence for the hypothesis. Now, this finding opens up several possibilities. Since phytoplankton take carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, an increase of the plants could remove a significant amount of human-produced carbon dioxide from the atmosphere faster and more effectively than other alternatives. An increase in the plants could also be followed by an increase of marine life along the food chain that ultimately comes to feed people. However, there are unanswered environmental questions that would need to be addressed before phytoplankton farms could be considered.
The professor describes an experiment done on phytoplankton. Explain how the implications of this experiment relate to phytoplankton. Six. Now read the passage about road management. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture in a civil engineering class.
Okay, so we're all familiar with the road markings, signs, and signals cluttering up our cities. They are supposed to reduce accidents, make towns safer for all of us. Well, accidents still happen, but all these signs surely make accidents fewer. They tell road users where it's safe to be and when. Well, experiments have shown something very different. A Dutch traffic engineer named Hans Monderman has turned this thinking on its head. Monderman removed the traffic signs, markings, and signals from a Dutch town, and guess what? The number of traffic accidents has dropped significantly. In this town, there are no center lines separating lanes, no speed limit signs, no stop signs, and even speed bumps have been removed. The thinking behind this radical change is that when drivers have no signs to guide them, they start looking at people, and then they drive more carefully, more courteously. This public space makes drivers instinctively understand that cars and pedestrians are equal, and drive with this in mind. Supporters of this scheme explain its success by arguing that road regulations give a false sense of security. Regulations also treat road users as irresponsible by continually controlling their behavior, telling them what they can and can't do. When the props supporting this regulation are removed, drivers are given back the responsibility for driving with consideration for other drivers and pedestrians, and then act accordingly.
The professor describes an experimental system of road management. Explain how this experiment is related to road users' behavior.